Hey guys, so we're going to work on something called ankle inversion today, which is actually working on the capacity of the tissue to come inwards in your ankle. So if I'm looking at my ankle, inversion is this way, so it's the heel, so it's this rotating, this inverting in, and so we should be able to both invert and evert. And if you think about it actually coming from the heel, so I want to invert and evert. It's a minimal motion, but it is a prerequisite to acquire more dorsiflexion, or that up and down, which is a actually linear motion. We need to have that inversion, eversion, or rotation of the ankle to acquire that. So we're going to work on that using a pails and rails set. We're going to use something on a slant. So I'm going to have a setup here with a yoga block and a book. If you have a slant board or anything like that, anything angled like that, it's perfect for this. And we're going to bias and load the tissue into inversion, so this way, and then we're going to hold that and then do our pails and rails. So you're going to do a 2-minute passive stretch. I will not do full 2 minutes here, but I want you guys to for sure make sure you're doing 2 minutes. Then you're going to do a pails, or you're contracting the tissue you're stretching, progressive angular isometric load, ramping that up to your greatest, safest effort, and then a rails, which is the regressive tissue on the inside, or shortened tissue, and you're going to ramp that up to your max effort. So the pails, we're going to ramp it up to your max effort, hold that once we get to max for as long as we can, usually maximum 10 seconds. And then we're going to do a rails, we release that pails contraction, and we start to do a rails contraction, or the regressive shortened tissue, okay? So we're going to set that up. So as I said, I've got a book on a block here, just against a wall. You need it against something, otherwise it might move. And I'm going to set myself up into inversion. You can do this flat on the ground as well, like this, but I'm going to do it on a slant here. Make sure you have something to hold on to, and we're going to get ourselves up. Legs straight if you can. If that's too much load, you can do it in a bent version, seated down, depending on what your body and your tissue can handle. So get yourself into there where I'm actually loading the outside. So what I'm loading here is all this progressive tissue that I'm lengthening, sorry. And I'm going to hold that for that 2 minutes. Say I've done my full 2 minutes, I've hung out here. As I've done it, I'm breathing, relaxing, nice and calm. I'm going to start doing my pails. So now I'm going to contract my tissue like I'm trying to scoop it outwards, which is that progressive or tissue you're stretching. So I'm going to ramp that up. So I'm going to start contracting out 20, 40, 60, 80 to your greatest effort. Everything you got, trying to push out and up. The slant will block you, so that is fine. Hold that for 10 seconds. Once you get to your max, 3, 2, 1. Release that contraction and go right into your rails, trying to pull yourself further into the stretch. So my foot is trying to come inwards and upwards. Hold that for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Then repeat that. You'll go further into the stretch. Repeat that. As I said, you can do it also just straight on the ground, and you can also do it on a slant, depending on what you were able to do. Now, that is, if you're doing actual max effort, this is something you're going to do a couple times a week, because you need a 48 to 72 hours for that tissue to adapt, right? Max effort, true max effort should be you've actually trained the tissue, and it needs a couple days to recover, sorry. So try doing that, and then we're going to see you next time in the eversion video, okay?